everybody, welcome to Your Guitar Story, and thanks for tuning in. Today we are going to take a look at one of my guitar stories. It's this Martin D17 sitting right next to me. Let's get going. All right, welcome in everybody. Thanks again for tuning in. Again, before I get too far, please like and subscribe to my channel. I'm really trying to grow this channel here, and the more of you that like it and subscribe it, the more stuff I can bring to you. Hopefully I can take this show on the road at some point and really go dig into some really cool guitar stories that are out there. I've got a couple lined up that I want to do. You know, if everybody digs this kind of stuff and you want to hear some stories about some really cool guitars and some labors of love, we'll be digging into that stuff. But today is about mine. So let's bring it over here. This is a 2002 Martin D17. Not to be confused with the current model D17 that's out there. There's a D17M, not the same guitar, and I'll talk about some of the differences in a minute. But this guitar was made in 2002. They made this model for only 5 years. They made it from 2000 to 2005. I don't know if it didn't sell real well or whatnot, but the guitar didn't stick around very long. But for those of us that have one, and some of you may have one out there, it's a beautiful guitar. It looks amazing, you know, and you'll see the pictures and everything that I'll put into the video here. This guitar is a cool story for me, and here's why. So it's not just a discontinued Martin that I happen to have my hands on, which is cool, right? Anytime we can have kind of a piece of Martin history, that's certainly fun to have. But because they are such a storied guitar company, it's really cool when you have something that's not made anymore, or you have something that's in good shape like this that, you know, has been around for 22 years. This particular guitar is special to me specifically because it was a gift. And I was not expecting somebody to give me a guitar, you know, almost 20 years ago when I got it. So it was a gift from my mother and my stepfather. Man, I'll tell you what, it was a Christmas gift that I got in December of 2005. Now, again, this is an 02, and the serial number inside dates it to 2002. So, however, it was a brand new guitar. So I know it came from like a Martin employee purchase. So I'm guessing it was probably sitting around maybe the pick and parlor or something like that, or it was just in the factory and never made it out. But nevertheless, the serial number dates it to 02. And this is a guitar that I will never ever sell. I don't care if I'm broke and living in a box, it's going to be sitting right there next to me. I will not get rid of it. You know, anything else in here could go, as much as I love some of them, but this one will not go. Let's talk a little bit about the specs on this guitar. It was a really cool guitar from the factory. So some of the things that set this apart from the modern one, they made one that was like D17. They made it a couple years ago. It was painted, and it had like a fighter plane type of look on the top of it. I forget the exact name of that guitar, but it was out a couple years ago. And now they make one called the D17M, which has mahogany back and sides, but it's a stained spruce top to look mahogany. This guitar is mahogany back and sides and a top. It's either, they said it from the factory, it was either mahogany or sapelli. But my guess is it's probably mahogany. They didn't make a whole lot of these. So ebony fretboard, ebony bridge. These are all the original tuners and everything that are on it. I didn't really mess with this guitar a whole lot. I do believe that that's a bone nut or bone saddle rather. The nut is the factory one. And then these are bone bridge pins that have the tortoise shell in them, which are really cool looking. But other than that, it is pretty stock. I put a strap button on it. That's it. I had one of those things that wrapped around the neck with the, I didn't like it. So I needed a strap button to play it standing up. But that being said, you know, you can hear in the playing demo, this thing really rings out nicely. It is a fantastic sounding guitar. It's got such deep tone. I mean, just such a beautiful sounding guitar. It is a little bit deep and will almost sometimes kind of sound muffled because of the fact that it is all mahogany. So it doesn't have some of the brightness that maybe like a D18 or a D28 will have, or the volume of those guitars. You know, I was recently at Martin Guitar. I don't live very far from there. We're 20 minutes from the factory. So I have the benefit of being able to go over there whenever I like. So that being said, I was over there and I was in the pick and parlor and I played the new Street Legend D18. And that was probably my favorite Martin I have played in a very long time. You know, this guitar is set up so nicely and it plays nicer than that one plays from the factory, but I could see with a good setup that guitar would be great. So, but yeah, so just comparatively speaking, it doesn't sound quite like those guitars. It's got a little bit different sound, but it can certainly hold its own because I have played this guitar in a room with other, you know, Dreadnought Martins, 18s, 28s, you name it. And it certainly has the volume to hold its own in that regard. And mic'd up, it sounds absolutely beautiful if you put it in front of this SM57 that I'm talking into at the moment. So, you know, and you can hear it in the playing demo that I did here for this video. You can hear how nice it sounds. So, so that is my guitar story. There's not a whole lot else to tell. I hope you enjoy some of the playing and everything that goes into this, and the little photo shoot that we did with this guitar. I've been joined by one of my compatriots here, Miss Maisie. She's something else. So that is my guitar story. It was a gift. It was on Christmas morning. I may have cried a little bit, and I think everybody would totally be okay with that. So if you're not, too bad. But, you know, it's not every day you get gifted a several $1,000 guitar. So I thought it was pretty cool. So right now, by the way, from what I see, going value for these, if you wanted to pick one up, you can find them on occasion. They're on Reverb and so on. About $1,500, I think, buys you one of these. And, you know, for a discontinued run, kind of a, you know, unique Martin, it's not like everything else out there in the Dreadnought world. Not a bad deal, right? And you get yourself your hands on a Nazareth-made Martin for $1,500 or so if you'd like to pick one up. However, this one's not going to be for sale. So, all right, everybody, thanks again for tuning in. Again, like and subscribe, please. I've got some other videos coming soon. You know, and the more of you that like and subscribe, the more of these I can keep doing and you know, keep the channel going. So, thanks again. I appreciate it. Thanks for watching. Talk to y'all soon. If you have a guitar story of your own, please reach out and let me know. I'd love to hear about it.